Alright guys, Black Ops 6 has just launched, and this video is going to go over what your settings need to look like if you're playing on console. For me, I'm on the PlayStation 5. Okay, so starting at controller, I like default flipped, just because I find that you can aim and get kills quicker when you're aiming down with L1 and then firing with R1 compared to L2 and R2. Obviously, when you fire with R1, there's a lot less delay instead of, pushing your R2 button all the way down. R1 is just quick, instant. I like that. I prefer that. I think, if you get used to that, I think it's very good. Thick layout preset on default. I play on 1010 for horizontal and vertical. If you're an absolute freak, you can go to 2020, but for me, I like 1010. Sometimes it fluctuates between 99, 88, 99, 1010. So I like to keep that on 1010. Simplified controls off, low motor strain off, L1 button ping off. And this is obviously set on because of this default flipped right here. On controller vibration, I like to have that on off. Trigger effect off. Dead zone inputs. For my left stick, I have it set to 2. Left stick max, we have set to 80. Right stick minimum, we have 2. Right stick max is 100. And then L2, R2 are both set to 0 for me. Next, we move over to aiming. So on sensitivity multiplier, I have it set to 1, 1, 1, 1, then 0.8 for this one, and then 1 for this one here. Look conversion is set to standard, and then if we go to advanced settings, look conversion standard, standard, standard. This one is set to instant, assist, and dynamic here. If you're a more seasoned player, a veteran player, dynamic is the one you want to run with. And this one, I think it's default set to gradual, but if you're looking for, the most effective, most instant time, obviously you want to set this to instant. And then I have this set to off. On target aim assist, we have that on as well. Motion sensor behavior, obviously off. We don't know what this does, to be honest, but off. Moving on to movement, sprint assist is set to on. If you have it, I think it's default set to tactical sprint assist. You don't want to use that. Set it to on just because as soon as you get out of a sprint animation, you can aim down sights way faster, and it'll make your life a whole lot easier when going for kills and going for plays. Having this on really kind of delays your ADS time. So I would recommend everyone put this on. And there's a couple more settings that kind of correlate with this one that we'll go over in a second. But obviously this is set to 0 on. Mantle assist I've set to off, and all these are off. This is on tight. Crouch assist, we have it on off. Tactical sprint only off. Corner slice off. This is kind of a preference if you want your gun to kind of move or shift over when you're on a corner. You can have that on, but for me, I just prefer off. It feels better for me. Slide dive behavior is set to hybrid. This basically does exactly what it says on the right here. It's while you're moving, if you tap it once, you'll slide. If you're sprinting and then you tap, then you'll dive. So it might take a little while to get used to, but this is a really effective and easy way, and I think a very beneficial way to move around if you're looking for those, again, quick kills, instant kills, and just traversing around the map in a more efficient and fast manner. Auto door peak set to off. Sprint restore is on. Slide maintain sprint is on. Parachute automatic behavior set to off. Mantle cancels reload off. Moving over to movement advanced settings, I have the behavior set to toggle. Auto move forward off. Ground and mantle off. Tactical sprint activation single tap run. Plunging on water half to free, and sprinting door bash is set to on. Vehicle behaviors, I don't really play in vehicles, but I have it on driver control, aim based control, short delay, free look, and the melee / finishing move / body shield. Moving on over to combat, I have aim down sight behavior set to hold, weapon mount activation, aim down sight plus melee, dedicated melee weapon activation, hold melee, armor plate activation, apply all, C4 detonation activation all at once, equipment behavior, hold, manual fire behavior, press. Combat advanced settings, ping, sprint tactical focus, instant prioritize reload, sprint cancels reload on, ADS stick swap off, depleted ammo weapon switch off. And then this one is kind of just up to you. I have it on prioritize finishing move just because it's cool. On our overlay advanced settings, I haven't touched these, so this is just set to default, stick, moderate, longest, and toggle. Okay, moving over to graphics. On the display, we want to have it at 120 hertz. Obviously on PlayStation, you would need to set that on your display settings and in the actual settings of the PlayStation. Go over on the menu over there, and I think we all know how to do that on if you're playing FPS games. So make sure to have this on 120 hertz, refresh rate on. I have this set to on. You could set this to off. I think this is kind of personal preference, but this is the one thing you need to be really making sure you're hitting. Eco mode, I have it set to efficiency. I don't think this really does much, so I just left it on default. Quality, you want all these off, but I left this fidelity on. So motion blur off, weapon motion blur off, depth of field off. This one you leave on, and I set to 90. I find that one looks good and doesn't look too over sharpened. As far as details and textures go, it's default on optimized, but I have it on minimal just because I don't need the extra download or bandwidth being taken when I'm in game. So just set to minimal, make it easy for you. And yeah, on view over here we have this set to off, field of view 120, ADS field of view affected, weapon field of view wide, third person field of view 90, vehicle field of view wide, and then these are all set to least, third person ADS, and an inverted flashbang I have off. Moving over to audio, I have master game volume at 100, gameplay music volume at 30. You could set this down. It's just kind of like that in-game music. I probably should set this down to like 20 or lower, but dialogue volume set to 80, effects are set to 100, and cinematic music volume set to 80. This one is more personal preference. You can just do whatever you want with that one. Enhanced headphone mode, you want to make sure this is on. Don't go about doing this here. It's just set this to on and make it, again, easy for you. Audio mix, I have it set to headphones. I heard that Sucker Punch is also good, but these two are very similar. Sucker Punch and headphones. Up to you on which one you want. I personally prefer headphones just because I'm using headphones and I think it works for me. Mono audio you want off. Obviously, just have this off. And then these two, personal preference again, I have them both set to off. This is if you really want to get into your frequency stuff. We're not going to mess with that though for now. Reduce tinnitus sound, I have this set to on. Hit marker preset, it's by default on default, but I have it on classic just because I kind of like that old school hit marker noise. Voice chat, I have this set to 30. On. Party only, 100, off, 70, and off. Moving on over to interface. On global, we're going to go off, automatic, on, and then all these are off. I might turn this off later since this is a new game, I just kind of want to see if there's any new mechanics or stuff that I haven't learned yet. So I have this set to on, off, and then I have all these set to off just because I don't really need this stuff. So we have them set to off. Readability on subtitles, we have default. It's kind of up to you. I like them on campaign when I play. Otherwise, have them off. Subtitle size, this all correlates with this. So this is kind of personal preference, just up to you. Color customization. I have this set to default. However, on the color filter settings, I have the color filter. I just picked filter 2. Color filter target. I put it on world. So this kind of makes everything look brighter and more vibrant, and I think it helps see people a little bit better and easier, and helps you look at the world in a more brighter way. And I have it set to 90. Well, that's at 100, but since we're only using world, this is the only one that matters, so I have this set to 90. Over here on gameplay HUD, obviously your safe area is whatever you want to pick. Minimap shape is on square, minimap rotation is on, radar is off, compass style is horizontal, vehicle HUD prompts fade after 10 seconds, in-game text chat on, player name's full name, zombie health bar on, zombie damage numbers on, hail pack punch camo on, crosshair is on, hit marker visuals on, damage based hit markers on, and then all this is default on what it is. You can change this stuff, personal preference. If you think stuff is like impeding your vision, you can change them, but I just left everything default. All right, guys, that's basically it. That's all the settings you need in Black Ops 6 right now. They might be subject to change in case Treyarch, comes out with some patch or something, or adds something in the game. But for now, this is what you want to run. If you enjoy this quick little tutorial, quick little walkthrough, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below. Stay tuned if you want more Black Ops 6 content. I know there's a lot of hype around it this year, so be sure to stay tuned for more Black Ops 6 videos in the future. Peace.